خب شروع میکنیم به لایو قسمت سوم بازی سایبرپانک 2077. 5 دقیقه دیگه شروع میشه. بذاریم شو 720 فعلا چون تایمر داره میزنه. ببینیم چی میخواد نشونمون بده. من خودم بی‌صبرانه منتظری بازی هستم. بسیار بازی بزرگیه، بازی RPG اوپن ورلد، شرکت سازنده پراجکت که دیگه همه میدونن چی ساخته. قبلا سری بازی های ویژه رو ساخته که قسمت سومش بهترین بازی سال شد. این بازی یکی از بزرگترین بازی سال 2020 و خیلی هم منتظرشن. و اولین باری هم که معرفی شد سال 2013 بود. تقریبا میشه 7 سال یا 8 سال پیش میشه. آره، با یه تریلر سینماتیک معرفی شد و گفتن که این بازی قراره یه بازی اوپن ورلد و بزرگتر از ویژه 3 باشه. و ما همه منتظر یه اتفاق بودیم ببینیم چی میشه. بیاد این بازی خوبی از آب در میاد که حتما اینطور میشه، ولی هیچ چیز معلوم نیست. همه اطمینان دارن که بازی بزرگیه و قطعا اینطور میشه.
Welcome to Night City Wire Episode 3 with Senior Level Designer Miles. Then we're going to introduce you to the gangs of Night City in another new gameplay video.
میگیم میخوایم از گیم پلی شروع کنیم و برخی از سازنده‌هاش هم میخوام بیان صحبت کنم در رابطه با بازی. مثل میگه پی سی گیمرها منتظر یه خبری بودن که احتمال همون سیستم پیشنهادی اجرای بازی است که به چه سیستمی نیاز داره برای اجرای همچین هیولایی. روی دشتاد میذارم که کیفیتش بره بالا.
Our pride. And as always, your business is my business.
And this is your world news update.
روی طرحهای چهره واقعا فوق‌العاده عمل کرده.
We are fucked, America. And I don't know how we're gonna fix it.
The homeless population in Night City has risen by 300%.
Crime in Night City is now double the rate than in the new United States.
want to be some kind of hero.
That's a fight this city won't let you win.
On your own, you're fucked.
Well, on that note, that's it for today's Info Flash. Sleep tight, Night City. The grass ain't greener anywhere else.
Night City. What does it mean to you? How well do you know its history? Who was Richard Knight? How many stations are in the NCART system? Which city district boasts the best burrito in town? The answers to these questions and more can be found at the address at the bottom of your screen. Check it out and fall in love with Night City all over again.
She pulls my trigger, got me up all night. It's a danger play.
خب موسیقی های اختصاصی هم برای خودش داره این بازی. یعنی خواننده اومدن برای این بازی به صورت اختصاصی آهنگ خوندن.
Well, since Night City is one of our stars of this episode, there is actually quite a lot to talk about. So let's start at the beginning. Because yes, it exists in the world of the tabletop, but how do you take that and make what we've got now?
Well, yeah, as you can imagine, making a city that is as big and complex as Night City is quite the ambitious project. First off, we sat down and we were really considering what is it that we wanted to do with Night City. In a way, Night City is the star of Cyberpunk, right? It is one of its main characters. We wanted to make a city that is very, very believable, right? I mean, the word immersion gets thrown around a lot.
یه ساخت یه شهر به بزرگی و پیچیدگی خیلی سخت بود برامون. اومدیم گفتیم بریم چیکار کنیم، چه کار از دستمون برمیاد انجام بدیم که بازا خسته نشن توی خیابونا مثلا میخوان برن، هر جایی که میخوان برن یه ماموریت جانبی خیلی جذاب داشته باشن، خسته نشن داخل این محیط شهری بازی.
At the real life geography that Night City is located on, and that would be on the coast of California. Knowing that Night City would be a coastal city gave us a bit of insight into what we would expect from the city layout. You'd expect a port, you'd expect huge industrial areas that would facilitate this kind of trade that you would assume a city of this type would have with the world.
یه پا بلید رانر برای خودش.
And actually divided the city into several districts, 6 of them, and some of them are based on the original lore. We decided to give their own characteristics in terms of
میگه بیشتر محیط‌ها رو ما از رو خود همون منبع اصلی، هم کتابای یا بازی‌های کارتی که باز سایبرپانک داشته رو الهام گرفتیم، بعضی‌هاشون هم خودمون از خودمون در آوردیم.
This process, I think, has resulted in a city that feels quite alive, has a lot of character, where each district feels like its own distinct zone without feeling separated from the larger picture. And that results in something that allows the player to easily navigate even the complex concrete jungles of Night City.
میگه هر منطقه، هر شخصی که اونجا باهاش برخورد می‌کنی در واقع همون لهجه و چیز خاص همون منطقه رو داره که تو متوجه میشی با هر بار منتقل شدن و تراول کردن بین شهرها اینو کاملا متوجه میشی.
Yes, so I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying that Night City is easily the most complex thing that I or the others have worked on. The city is super organic, right? It's not like a chessboard layout, but the layout of the city is crazy, and you can tell that it grew in phases, right? Where buildings have been built on top of each other, and I guess the mega buildings that we have showcased are a great example of this. You'll actually see that they are located on some kind of pillar, you know, and then expand outside and then up high into the sky, and underneath it you'll have space for other buildings. This yields a lot of interesting experiences when it comes to exploration, and that's the one thing I'm most excited about for players to experience. We've been saying that our exploration is super vertical, right? But what this really means
میگه بالا محیط ساختمان‌ها که میری، پایینشون که میری، مابینی که پس کوچه‌هاشون که میری، واقعا احساس میکنی توی شهر واقعی هستی. بازی به صورت اول شخصه
these are the moments that I often get surprised.
و وقتی سوار ماشین میشی دوربین به حالت سوم شخص در میاد. سوار ماشین، موتور. بعضی جا هم میتونی سویچ کنی بین سوم شخص تو اول شخص توی ماشین.
Really enhance this sense of wonder that we all come to love from open world, the more glorious part of being a level designer or an environment artist, where you get to litter the streets that you've spent time building with the garbage. But it's details such as this that
میگه پر خیابونا
really important
زباله
to
و
make a city
آشغال و
feel
چه
alive.
میدونم
Also, we take great pride
این
in
جزئیات
the
رو
process of
ما
making
همه
We have a lot of fun
به کار
actually
گرفتیمه
placing
که
all
شهر
of our
واقعی تر
mini stories, right? These are little
و
encounters that you can find when you simply walk along the
بهتر
streets. Of course,
نشون
we
داده
have
بشه.
huge quests, right? Side quests. We have lots of side activities that you can do, but it always is nice to just kind of stop down for a minute and take a look at your surroundings that we have so lovingly created, and try to see if there maybe isn't something that you can be a little detective for. Now, one other thing that I think is really, really cool is also the fact that we have actually named every single street in the city.
میگه ما اسم تمام خیابونا رو نامگذاری کردیم و قشنگ هر کدوم یه اسمی دارن برای خودشون. میخوان گنگ های نایت سیتی رو به ما معرفی کنن، گنگ هایی که تو بازی قرار دارن، گروه ها.
You know how things work in Night City? The stronger survive. But that's how things stand. You're either somebody or you fizzle out into nothing.
Dead Sea ain't a city that lets you get by without buddies.
Be very careful, my friend. We are all so far from home.
اینا خودشون هم گفتنه که ما روی بالاترین سخت افزار ممکن روی پی سی اینو داریم اجرا میکنیم. آره این ویدیوهایی که الان دارن نشون میده. نه روی کامپیوتر نه.
And who the fuck are you to say what can and can't be? I'm gonna introduce you to our meat grinder. About time we had some fun! Big Belts will never forget! Never! I hate these Borg fuckers.
Just a gang like any other, right?
I'll take the Valentinos. They follow God and the Santa Madre. Honor means something to them.
How'd you meet Jackie?
We started out
گروه دوم گنگ ها والنتینو
in a fucking Bible book club. I gotta give style points to the Valentinos. They have a punishment for every occasion.
Gangster life, puto!
Quick shout out to everyone in Haywood and Santo Domingo. Lately, the Valentinos and 6th
Latina.
Street have had a bigger bone to
Latina.
pick.
6th Street. Why'd they want to wipe you?
6th Street گروه سوم گنگ هاشونه.
I've dealt with 6th Street before. We do the run.
گنگ های نایت سیتی هست.
Come on, let's go before 6th Street shows up. Shot! Any more Second Amendment fans in the house, huh?
Hate those bastards. Vomit lofty patriotic bullshit all day. Time to bring on the future.
Any idea how many attacks from behind the Black Wall we neutralized? If the Voodoo Boys breach the Black Wall, we'll all be fucked.
Voodoo Boys.
Voodoo
Urban myth, I
Boys.
thought.
گنگ چهارم نایت سیتی.
Netrunners spooking each other. What's that gang?
You know, I heard a few things about you. Voodoo Boys, best runners in town.
You do not steal from the Voodoo Boys. I see you, always.
For them, Pacifica's just Haiti 2.0.
میگه چیزی از اون بدوزی
Cut off from the rest of us.
مزارت میکنیم.
This is our turf, our home. Until last week, the animals crawled in.
Animals are the craziest fucking gang in this
Animals گنگ پنجم شهر نایت سیتی هست.
Animals aren't the play here, are they?
نیم انسان نیم ماشینه.
Someone else needed them.
I fucked you over, you fucked the gang over. Somewhere at the start of the story, somebody fucked the court. See how this works now?
My husband's new Westbrook, very high in the tiger claws. They did what made the best eddies, sold sex and...
گنگ ششم
See a lot of tigers. They run this place.
Know what else they do?
Tigers.
The needs of people who ask questions.
آسیایی هست.
Fuck up! The tigers will kill us. Come on, baby.
Tiger claws killed one girl too many, so people took matters into their own hands.
folk went ballistic. Girls, pimps, outcasts, the whole freak show. It's how the
گنگ هفتم نایت سیتی.
Us Moxes have each other's back. We look out for one another. You looking for some company tonight?
How'd you hook up with the Mox?
I thought Susie
Mox?
and the gang could really change something in this city.
Moxes and nomads don't seem so
Mox.
different. Both seem to yammer
گروه
a lot
گنگ
about
ششم
unity,
نایت سیتی هم.
solidarity. Tell me about the Badlands. Not much going on out here, huh?
Au contraire. This is an ecosystem. Nomads, craftsmanship, corporations, and drifters, they form a complete whole. Remove one part, the delicate balance topples.
او ماشاءالله چقدر
Here in the Aldecaldos, it all stays in the family.
تنوعشون خیلی بالا توی این گروه ها اینا. الان نزدیک فکر کنم 10 تایی شدن.
This family will go to hell and back.
Everyone in this city lives in their own bubble, and either you fly high or sink into quicksand.
نوامبر 19.
Mateusz, thank you
حتی اگه
so
تغییر
much for
نکنه
joining us.
چون ممکنه تأخیر بخوره.
I've been really excited to give people a closer look at the gangs. We've shown a little bit on Twitter, but their styles are so distinct.
Yes, I enjoyed them a lot as well in our game. I think they're very cool.
But let's start then with the kind of role that they play, because gangs really do play a prominent role in Night City, correct?
میگه گروه‌های این گروهایی که معرفی کردن خیلی نقش مهمی دارن توی بازی. هر کدومشون یه مشخصات خاصی دارن برای خودشون، رفتار خاصی دارن برای خودشون، رفتارشون متفاوته با دیگه. ممکنه با هر کدومشون بتونین دوست بشی، هر کدومشون ممکنه درگیر بشی.
And they get jobs from variety of factions. They can get jobs from corporations, they can get jobs from gangs, they can get jobs from different kind of like influential clients. Because of this, nobody will ever trust a merc to be one of them, right? And the gangs are no exception here. They are looking only for like people that they know will be loyal to them, right? And that they will fight for their cause all of the time, not just some of the times when it's profitable to them. So because of this, we will mostly stick to the afterlife. And the afterlife are this group of mercs, this legendary group of mercenaries in Night City. They get the best jobs, they get the most money, the best clients, and so on. So if you want to become a legend in Night City, you are going to the afterlife.
So we've obviously mentioned distinct style then. So does that mean there are kind of special gang-themed weapons and items and clothing for players to find and use?
Yes, definitely. There are different vehicles that you can drive, for example. There are cars, there are motorbikes.
میگه انواع اقسام اتومبیل‌ها و موتورها رو میتونید سوار بشی.
Themed after gangs, there are weapons and so on.
میتونید صاحب سلاحاشون بشی وقتی کشتیشون.
I suppose as somebody who's spent as much time as you have kind of getting to know the gangs, I have to ask, which is your favorite and why?
میگه مورد علاقت کدومه گنگا؟
I would have to say probably Maelstrom, simply because they have this unique, distinct feel and this weird aesthetic about them. So the idea about Maelstrom is they are people who want to cross the boundary between the machine and human, right? They are changing so much of their body with cyberware that they no longer look human, really. On top of that, they are also very unpredictable. It's very difficult to say what they will do at any point when you meet them. At one moment, they can be shaking hands with you, and at the other moment, you know, they will pull gun out on you, and they bring in this.
میگه غیر قابل پیش بینی هم ممکنه باهاتون دوست بشن. یه دفعه می‌بینی با چماق میزنن تو سرت.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's always interesting to learn what your favorite gang is. I think it kind of tells me a little bit about you.
Oh, does it? What does it say about me?
Well, we'll talk about that later. But for now, before we wrap up today's episode, we asked people to show us their creativity and design a PC case mod, Cyberpunk style. Our panel of judges selected 5 finalists and we teamed them up with professional case modders.
میگه میخوان یه کیس کاستومایزیشن مثل بازی نشون بدن که با استایل بازی یکی باشه، همرنگ و الیانور، گرافیک، هدفون، استیل سیریس، این سه تا کمپانی با هم همکاری داشتن. حالا یه همچین کیسی طراحی کردن.
The whole aesthetic works with each other.
Absolutely next level. Honestly, kind of terrifying.
قیمتش هم باید زیبا باشه. قیمت فوق‌العاده بالایی داره. 100%.
Exactly the type of thing I would expect to find at a trade show.
It really looks like it could have come straight out of the game.
سایبرپانکیه. کیس خودمون رو بیشتر دوست داریم.
PC case modding video and to get more information about when the winning design will be available on charity auction, stay tuned to our social media channels. Looking at those PC case mods, it reminds me that we do have one more thing to reveal. If you're going to be playing Cyberpunk 2077 on PC when it launches this November, we do have some specs to share that I think some of you have been waiting for.
همه ما منتظرش بودیم. بله، سیستم مورد نیاز برای اجرای بازی، سیستم عامل ویندوز 10، دایرکتیکس 12. این حداقل ها. سی پی یوش i5 3570K AMD FX 8310 8 GB رم، گرافیک انویدیا جی فورس 780 3 گیگ یا AMD رادیون RX 470 به 70 گیگابایت هم جا نیاز داره. SSD هم میگه پیشنهاد میشه. ولی اما سیستمی که خودشون پیشنهاد دادن CPU i7 4790 چی بود؟ گرافیکی چی میخواد؟ در 60 بود؟ پس عالیه. به این است. چند گرم میخواد؟ 12 گیگابایت رم. عالی بود آقا. میگه همین الان هم بخرینش اگر هم پول دارید پری اوردر کنید.